do you want?
Why are you being so hateful to me?
Why the fuck are you being so naive and so stupid? You gave that picture to them.
How, George? I was never there
Oh,
during
how?
the day.
Indian says how. You know how. You gave them that fucking picture. They would have had no idea about any of this shit.
George, I've never been there during the day.
Even if they surmise I'm in a different fucking car. Even if they surmise I'm in a different fucking car, they would still have not came to the conclusion that my car was wrecked. Who took that picture?
I wasn't there.
Who took the picture?
How do I know?
No, you do know because you talk to these assholes. Oh, I'm going to talk to Marty if you don't answer the phone. What kind of gut? You know what? That answers my question about you.
George, I'm not even in the Facebook group. They kicked
Bullshit! Your fucking Star Trek avatar is right there.
They kicked me out of it, George. I'm not in the group.
Listen to me. You're not, this is a mind manipulation is what this is. It's fucking a manipulation. It's fucking saying what I want to hear just to lay the hammer. Like right now, I need to purchase this car today. And you're fucking, no, but you see, I can't trust, but even if you were willing, I cannot trust you to even do that. You know that I'm going through this shit. So now you got the hammer. Oh, the hammer's down. Oh, he's going through a hard time now. Let's slam the hammer. No, man, this is your fucking perverse pleasure, your fucking way of trying to fucking cause me issues. You know I'm going through an issue right now, so you're going to go ahead and tell them my business. That picture was taken in daylight. I understand that. That doesn't stop you from going back there to take another picture.
I haven't been there during the day, George.
Well, then you told them where the car was, and someone took the picture. And I want to know who that someone was that took the picture of the car.
They could have
Stop this charade. Stop this charade.
Couldn't they have just used my pictures?
Well, you said you took it during the nighttime, which that's right. During the nighttime you did. You either went back there and took another picture during daylight, or you told somebody else to go there where the car was to go there and take a picture. It's either the one. It's one of the two. Either you went back there yourself, or you told somebody else to go there and take a picture. And if you did the latter, I want to know who that person was.
George.
I'm going to put an end to this. I'm going to put an end to this one way or the other. Who was the person that took that daylight picture?
George, how would I know?
Because you're talking to them. You're talking to them, and you always, I'm going to tell Marty. I'm going to tell Marty about what's going on. Well, you go ahead. Listen. People get into car accidents on a daily basis. It's on their goddamn business about whether I got in the car. And first of all, you keep saying, I'm going to tell Chris Hansen that you raped. Listen, that right there is the icing on the cake for me to say, fuck you.
George, how did you treat me yesterday because I was looking at a house?
You slammed the phone in my face twice.
I did not. Daddy did.
Well, fuck you and fuck him both.
Danny did.
You slammed the phone in my face twice.
No, I tried to answer, but Danny wouldn't let me.
Well, fuck you and fuck him. How about that?
Why are you so mad at us, George?
Because you're fucking trying to cause me issues right now. You're giving my information out to these goddamn fucking people. You might not have done it, but someone else did, and you told them where the car was. And I want to know who that person was. Who is this goddamn that fucking the guy with the Raiders cap who looks like a homeless person? Who is that guy? That little fucking runt that was in that damn thing a week before you went to the library. Who is that guy? Is that the fucking infamous Jay Summers or Jason Smith or Jay Smith?
He's the
private. Who is that fucker?
He's the private investigator.
Okay, who does he work for? Himself?
I'm sure he does.
Okay, so that's the son of a bitch that took the pictures, and that's that little son of a bitch that was there the week before you were in the library, right?
Yes.
Okay, I want to know where he lives. Where does he live?
How would I know, George?
You talk to them. You'd probably gone out with them for a drink. I want to know who these people. I want to know every one of them. Every one of them. locally. I'm not talking about Marty. I'm talking about locally. Who else here locally is with? Who is this Henry Mitchell character? Keeps sending me goddamn pictures. Who is that? Who is that? Or is that you sending me a picture using some random person's face?
George, if I want to call you, I just do that.
You keep calling. What's the purpose of this? You've already fucking... Listen, it doesn't... There's no conversation. The minute you say something pertaining to Jamie, like you just said, then I'm not... I don't want to have nothing to do with you. When you start making that accusation and when you start bringing up her fucking name, then I have nothing to do with you. And I'm in a bad situation. I could use help, but I don't want your fucking help now. Because I don't trust you. For you to bring up her name after I told you, and you bring up her name, and you bring up this business shit about me allegedly raping, that's when the phone goes down. That's when the phone goes down. All right, so whatever. So now, what do you want? Because I don't want you know. I need you to stop fucking calling my number. I'm going to change this number. The only reason why I haven't changed it because a lot of people know the number. Now I've got to change the goddamn number because of this shit. So what the hell do you want right now? You're not going to help me out today? Fine. What do you want?
Well, George, I need to see the call. You have to go up there and take...
I don't trust you. I don't fucking trust you. You fucking went ahead and did this shit, and someone took the picture. These people would have not have known anything about that car. No one would have known anything about that damn car. That's the picture you took. The night picture you took that you sent. And then the day picture, I don't know. Either you went back there or told somebody to go there. Now, that night picture...
I took a picture.
You took a night picture. You took a bunch of pictures of that night picture there. So you did that. Then you went back there, took a day picture, or you had someone else take the picture.
Someone is following you, and it is not me.
No one is following me.
Yes,
because
they are.
Well, who are they?
I'm assuming this Henry Mitchell character.
No, this son of a bitch. Oh, he's following me? Well, maybe the police need to know about that. Why does he come up to me and approach me then?
Because he's a private investigator. He's
Well, no, I'll get a private investigator. So, are you willing to tell that to the police?
Sure, that they hired a private investigator.
And the person's name is Henry Mitchell.
I don't know that for a fact, George. You do.
Who are these fuckers?
George, you know these people. I don't.
No, you know them because you fucking recruited some of them.
George, I did not recruit them.
You recruited that fucker that's in jail.
Marty McFly.
I'm not, listen. Let's drop the shit. I don't talk in fictitious tones. I don't want an alias. I want a real fucking name. I don't talk about aliases. I want a real fucking name.
You refuse to accept that I am not the enemy.
Well, if you're not the enemy, why are you making threats and why are you fucking bringing up Jamie's name?
What is this about Jamie?
You keep bringing up Jamie's name and then I raped her. In the last email you sent me.
Well, George, I must have been drunk.
Then Vita Veritas.
Well, I must have been drunk when he said
then you were drunk this morning, then, weren't you? About an hour ago.
I'm sober now.
But about an hour ago, you were drunk, huh?
George, you were being mean.
Because pictures are being sent of my wrecked vehicle. They could look at the video and say, "Oh, he's in a different car." Well, maybe I am in a different car. If they want to analyze the video, they can see I'm in a different car. Big shit. Okay? But they would have not known anything about my vehicle and where exactly my vehicle was. Now, would they?
I am not allowed in the group, George.
They would not know where I was.
I am not in the group.
All right. I'm saying they would not know where I was at the time, so I don't believe this shit. Now, if this guy was following me, he would have no way of knowing what I'm doing. if this guy was following me, he would have no way of knowing exactly everything that I do. And I know if someone followed me all the damn time. So if someone is sporadically following me, okay. So if someone is sporadically following me, they need to know where I'm at all times of the day. And there's the tracker on this phone is turned off, so they can't take the number and track me by the telephone number because I turned that motherfucker off.
I am not the one following you.
Okay. Well, who is? Who is?
Marty's private investigator.
Okay. Well, then, all right. So you're willing to tell the police that?
That Marty has hired a private investigator, yes.
Who is this private investigator? What's the real name? This guy uses fictitious names. He's using his deceased father's name to fucking use a name. Who is this fucking old fart with the fucking mongoose and just for men beard, the gray beard? Who's the motherfucker?
George, how can I tell you something I don't know the answer to?
Okay. Well, I don't believe that you are totally naive. I don't believe that you're totally oblivious to obviously what's going on because you have been talking with them.
Henry Mitchell and Jason Summers are the two private investigators.
Okay. All right. They're private investigators. How come when I do a search, their names don't pop up in the private investigator registry? When I did a search, and when Sarah Capelli and I did a search together on those two private investigators, their names didn't pop up in the search. How come?
Maybe they're rogue.
Maybe they're what? Maybe they're what?
Rogue.
What the hell are you talking about, rogue? English.
They're doing it anyway.
Well, they're not. Well, then they're not legal. Then they're illegal.
They're not licensed in Virginia, George.
Well, they're not licensed then. So what they're doing is illegal tactics, and they're not licensed.
That's rough living. They're not licensed in Virginia, George.
Well, then they can't practice in Virginia. I know that. Because, you see, I was a private investigator for 4 years. I didn't do anything with it. But the one thing I do know, you have to be licensed in the state that you do. The DOJ tells you that once you get the license to be a private investigator, you have to be practicing in and licensed in the state that you work in. That is a violation of code. So that right there is a violation of their code. Maybe whatever state they're in, maybe their license can be stripped. Do they even have a license to practice? And what state are they licensed to practice in? Because maybe then I can call up the state. Then I call up the state that they're practicing in and tell them they're practicing illegal.
Marty is aware of the fact that they need to be licensed, George, or they could be stopped. They work outside of the law. These people aren't concerned with the law.
Well, then they will be. Then they will be because they're not above the law. They're not above the fucking law. They put their pants on the same way I do. They brush their teeth, they put their pants on. That one fucker doesn't even brush his goddamn teeth, that Henry Mitchell. He's got fucking corn choppers. But they put their fucking pants on the same way as anybody else does. So, you know what? Bullshit. They're not above nobody. A private investigator is a citizen. A private investigator is actually a citizen that has a license to do this. And they work with the state. They work with the DOJ. Okay? They don't do shit underhanded, and they don't do shit illegally. Because if they do shit illegally, they can lose their practice, they lose their license, and perhaps maybe do some jail time for illegal acts. That right there is a legal act. You can do jail time for that.
Well, what are
they're not
doing?
Practicing above the law. They're not practicing. They're not doing their job. They're not following the method.
Henry Mitchell is a retired former cop who rides a motorcycle. I know that much.
I don't. Oh, you know that? Okay. And how do you know that for certain? So he's okay. He rides a motorcycle. So is he a biker? What is he? Is he a biker? What are you doing? Are you typing this information out, trying to get answers?
I'm in the Discord, George, right now, trying to get answers to what you're asking.
I don't need you you to. Okay, so you're in there talking in my behalf. I don't need you to do that.
They don't know that it's you or me, idiot. Nobody has the same name in Discord. He does have connections to biker gangs.
Okay, so this guy is totally fucking illegal. He's a crooked guy. He's an ex-cop who's crooked as shit. I had a fucker that used to live across the street from me that was a fucking Norfolk cop, ex-cop, and he was as crooked as the sun shines. He was a big fat redneck, big fat fucking redneck, living across the street from where I used to live at. And that motherfucker dropped dead. Thank God he did. He was worse than these people. Well, no, I don't know. About neck and neck. He was a piece of shit. He was a fucking he was an ex-Norfolk police officer, and he fucking went up to me and he said, "That guy is living with you. I'm going to find out all about him. Your kids around here." I said, "Fuck you." And I said, "I live here, and this is what I do." He said, "Well, we go ahead and do that." I said, "Fuck you, the horse you came on."
Henry Mitchell.
I don't give a shit.
Henry Mitchell retired in 2008.
From where?
Norfolk, and he's an investigator now.
Is he licensed? Because what we got was a CPA. He's not fucking a goddamn fucking license. He's a fucking certified public accountant. He's not a fucking private investigator. So right there, there's a
Well, maybe he's a CPA during the day and does this at night.
Well, is he licensed? That's the question.
They say that he's not a CPA.
Well, is he licensed in the state of Virginia? If he isn't, then then we're going to cause problems for the son of a bitch. Matter of fact, have the son of a bitch meet me. Have him come up to me. Have the bitch come up to me. I'll be goddamn idiot. He comes up to anybody else.
He worked drug cases. He did undercover busts and stakeouts. Well, George,
okay.
he's clearly hiding so that he's not publicly known. I mean, I'm sure there's a reason for it.
I'm sure. It's like this fucking Chris Hansen who's got a fucking prison time, who did some time in prison.
I've researched.
He's like go around running his goddamn mouth, running his mouth at me. Listen here, okay, and you did some time too, so you're just like them.
Yeah, look at me now.
Listen, man, I don't have time. I've got to do things today.
Why not you supposed to be a horrible person? He might be registered as an alias using his connections with his past law enforcement. He might be licensed as one of his old cover names.
Okay, well, I think that maybe that I need to find out more information about that. I used to have when I used to be a PI, I would go through a line, it was called you could pull stuff up from the internet. And pull up stuff from the pool, but I didn't use it. I didn't do anything with it, which I wish I had. But I passed the damn test and I became one, and I could find out. I could track anybody through this tracking system.
I'm trying to get more information on Henry Mitchell.
I'm not going to give it to you. Well, I mean, well, they booted you out, right? I mean, well, and how are you getting it?
I'm in Discord, George. That's not a Facebook thing.
Yeah, and how are you getting it? Who's giving you the answers?
Billy Baxter.
Another fucker. Chris Perron, right? AKA Chris Perron, right?
Billy says he worked with the ATF from 96 to 2002.
The AT what?
Alcohol, tobacco, firearms, and explosives. The ATF.
Uh-huh. How would he know that?
Because Billy's in the inner circle. The inner circle consists of Alfonso Carter, Billy Baxter, Jeffrey Hunter, Marty McFly, and at the top, Will Markland.
Who's Jeffrey Hunter?
Alfonso Carter, Billy Baxter, Jeffrey Hunter.
Jeffrey Hunter. Who is that guy?
Marty McFly.
I'm not asking you what that's a stock account.
Well, Joel, all I can tell you is what I see and what these people are telling me.
That's a stock account.
No, he works with Summers. He's the guy on the ground while Summers is the guy in the air. Henry Mitchell and Summers are the team that has been privately investigating you.
Okay, you might be saying that in front of a police officer or an investigator of my own. All right, they'll probably question you sometime this week about that information.
They will, huh?
Yeah, they will, unless you're involved in it.
George, I'm not involved in it.
You're involved in it in some aspect alone. You might not be as actively as active, but you're in there giving information. Because they would have not known anything about this car accident. They would have not known a damn thing about this car accident.
We don't know how much Henry Mitchell charges, but it's well above the $4,500 that they told you. He gets roughly that every 2 weeks from Marty, just to follow you around and take pictures.
Well, I challenge. Where are the pictures of me, other than the pictures you took? Where are these pictures of me?
They release them slowly because it's more fun that way, is what I've been told.
There's no pictures of me. They don't know where I'm at, and I challenge that. Where is this interview with Magic Matt? Huh? Where is that? Let me hear that.
They followed you to the library.
That was an old video. That was an old...
They followed you to...
What library?
They know about the motels.
What library?
I don't know, George. I just watched you there. You were wearing hospital socks that day.
No, they followed me. No, because that was up there. Okay. Look,
why don't you believe me?
I don't believe you because you're not telling the whole story.
I know that he gets about $4,500 every 2 weeks paid by Marty McFly.
Stop using the alias.
That's the fucking name.
That's an alias.
What are you talking about?
Marty Holmgren, right? The name is Marty Holmgren. Is that correct?
I don't believe that.
Oh, you don't? That was the name he wanted me to have. But that's not his real name.
I'd call him Marty. All right, I got some more information on this Henry Mitchell. He prefers his motorcycle because he knows if you see him, he can escape easier slipping in and out of traffic. Plus, he still has his badge, and he can flash it to get out of tickets when he speeds and blows red lights.
Okay. Well, maybe this investigator that I have needs to know all this. What is the... okay. And who's relaying all this information?
Billy Baxter.
A.K.A. Chris Perron.
There's also Hunter.
Who was the fucker that was in the library the week before you were in there?
That was the private investigator.
Who? Jeffrey or fucking Jason? Who was that motherfucker wearing the Raiders hat? And put that thing on my windshield. Put that that disgusting thing on my windshield.
I'm typing, George.
Jason or Jeff or who?
I'm asking. Alfonso Carter said George is an inspiration for broke, irresponsible retards everywhere.
Who was the fucker that was in the library the week before you were?
I'm asking, George. I can't just sit here and ask a bunch of questions that blatantly. They know it's me.
Well, you don't know?
They don't know who that was, but it was not Henry or Summers.
Summers or Smith? Which is it?
Henry Mitchell and Jason Summers. I did not recruit these people.
And who was it? Was it that Jeff guy?
It was Marty McFly who pays for all of this.
First of all, I'm not listening to that shit. Marty Marty Holmgren. Correct?
Okay, whatever you want to call it.
I'm not listening to this bullshit about this and aliens. I don't deal in aliens. I deal in reality. So anyway, so the person was so they don't know who that person was.
He was just one of the people that Marty finds a lot of people on Craigslist, I think. And they will work for him for money.
Well, then the money source has got to be taken out. The money source has got to be taken out.
But you don't want to do that.
No, but no. When you start concerned about me raping the girl that I cared about, then the phone.
Well, where did they get it from? Like, where did they get it from?
When you start talking about me raping a woman that I cared about, then you lose all credibility. All credibility.
But where did they get it from that you raped her? How come you didn't go to the funeral? Now, don't get mad and hang up. Where'd they get all this from? There's not a single picture of you and this woman you cared about so much together.
Listen to me. There's no picture between us, that's right, but it doesn't matter.
There's not a single fucking picture?
There's not a picture of us together, no. But that doesn't change the fact that we spent a lot of... Listen to me. Do not bring up that again. I don't want to hear any of that. See, I don't want to go through this shit because even if we do this transaction today, then you fucking can manipulate things, and that's not. I'm not letting you do that. I'm not going to let you do that. You've already given the information. If you didn't take the picture of the day in daylight, someone took the picture and that information was given. I do not believe that someone's following me because I would know about it. If someone was following me, I would know about it.
Why? They had a tracker inside the van for months, George. They're the size of quarters. They're just magnets. They stick up under the bumper. They pay $9.99 a month and they can.
A car wash would take care of that.
Why? How? It's magnetic.
They would fucking come off with a car wash with the bristles.
Why? It's stuck up under the bumper. It's magnetic. It sticks to the.
And who put it there?
The private investigator.
Okay.
That's how they knew where the van was. That's why they flipped out with you in a new car.
I was driving a Honda Accord when the transmission was fixed a year and a half ago. They didn't know a goddamn thing about that. I wonder why. That car was being worked on with the transmission.
Jeffrey,
so how come they didn't know anything about the Honda Accord I was driving?
Because, George, they knew where the van went. They don't always follow you. They can follow you digitally. Jeffrey Hunter's ex-girlfriend who lives in Richmond is the girl who took the picture of your car.
Who is that? Who is she? Look, man, you're okay.
I'm doing what you asked me to do. How can you yell at me for it? You're such an ungrateful tub of shit.
No, look in the mirror and you'll see a tub of shit.
So fucking hateful.
You'll see a tub of shit. Look in the mirror.
I'm trying to find out.
There's no tracker on that car. They would not known unless you told them where that car was.
They've
no tracker.
always known.
They don't know shit.
Watch, George. Look, I can go to Amazon right now. Watch this. Amazon.com. I am a Prime member. Okay. GPS.
Let me turn this thing off here. Hold on. I'll be damned.
Right here, George, is a magnet one the size of a 50-cent piece for $50. It's just a small magnet that sticks on the car.
One of those fuckers, you tell me one of those fuckers put it on the car. How come the mechanic told me there was nothing on there?
The girl's name, because, George, they're not going to just scrounge every drop of your car. Unless they have extremely expensive equipment, they can't even test for the signal. The girl's name is Sydney, E-U-D-Y. Sydney Udy.
And what's her affiliation to all this?
She's Jeffrey Hunter's ex-girlfriend.
So why is she involved in this? Let me write that damn name down for the authorities. Hold on. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding about this. Sydney who?
Udy, E-U-D-Y.
E-U-D-Y. Spell the first name, Sydney. I don't know how to spell that. Spell that.
Sydney Udy, S-I-D-N-E-Y, E-U-D-Y.
Okay.
Jeffrey Hunter's ex-girlfriend.
And who is Jeffrey Hunter?
The inner circle is waking up. Everyone but Bill Marklin is active now.
I thought you were cut off.
Not from Discord, from the Facebook group.
All right, I'm gonna.
I'm asking. They're typing. Sydney Udy.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna look her up on Facebook.
I'm doing it now. Maybe she doesn't have a Facebook.
I doubt that. Well, maybe it's a fake name.
All right, now they're telling me who Jeffrey Hunter is. He's been in the inner circle a very long time. Jeff manages a restaurant.
Which restaurant is that?
Together, George, we're going to bring this thing down. A restaurant called The Max.
Wait a second. Sidney Raymond Udy is an American actor. That's not the fucking. That's a fucking fake name. Sidney Raymond Udy is an American actor, also a softball player, retired professional wrestler. Are you fucking kidding me? That's a fake name.
Well, George, Google my name. There's softball players, lawyers, doctors.
What kind of name is Udy? What kind of name is that?
Sydney Udy, E-U-D-Y.
What kind of name is that? Carter?
I'm unsure.
They're a bunch of men. That's a man's name. Unless it's a fucking transgender.
All I know right now is Jeffrey Hunter manages a restaurant called The Max.
Yeah, down West Broad. One West Broad Street. I don't know where it's really from. Behind the behind the statue there. That lady that used to own the black lady. What's her name? God damn it! I can't. Not Harriet Tubman, but Harriet Tubman. No. Fuck, I can't even think of the woman's name. There's a statue downtown that they erected a few years ago, right on one West Broad, right in front of the Max. The black lady that owned the bank in the bank. You say, God, why can I think of her name? I'm calling my head. No, that's no. It'll pop in my head, but I mean, I can't even think of it right now. Pop in my head what the name was, but
there are no pictures available of her because Jeffrey Hunter hasn't shared them.
Well, you tell them that George has declared this is going to come to an end. This shit, this fucking bullshit is going to come to an end. Now, you tell them that I declared that, and I've said that to you the other day.
Jeff has a girlfriend, Kelly. That's all he said. His current girlfriend is named Kelly.
I don't give a goddamn fuck. I know what I'm going to do about this, but right now I've got to figure out what I've got to make this. I got to go to Ashland and look at this car.
Well, yeah, you need to get there and take a bunch of pictures and send them to me.
I'm not giving you shit.
Well, George,
so
you have to pay for something I can't see. God damn, stop being this way.
I'm not going to send you shit so you can give to them.
I need to see what the fuck it looks like.
It's red.
Okay, that's not enough. Jeff Hunter said, my ex looked into this and rolled up onto a damaged minivan. I wonder if this could be his van. Looks real similar to the van he used to drive based on pics people posted. Anybody know if the PI is still in Richmond?
Wait, you just told me he works for the PI. Now you're telling me he's inquiring about the PI.
No, it says, does anyone know if PI Jay Smith is still in Richmond?
I thought it was Jason Summers. Which is Jason Summers?
I'm
Jay
reading
Smith?
you what it says.
Well, you see, this tells me this is all a bunch of smoke and mirrors.
George, they know every fucking thing. Stop disbelieving it.
You say his name is Summers. No, his name is Summers, and then you say his name is Smith. I'm not going to be...
George,
which is it?
George, Summers and Mitchell. Listen to me.
Well, who's Jay Smith?
The drones were real. The food that they sent to you was real. The shit that they've been mailing to the post office box is real. The man following you is real. The tracker on the minivan is real.
Okay. Okay, well, Henrico will be interested to know all that.
I mean, George, I'm glad I can help.
So that's right. The only time that I can think that anybody put a tracker on it is when that motherfucker went to the library and then put that thing on the windshield. That was the only opportunity that I can think of is when that fucker came to the library where my car was parked.
He left the fucking calling cards, for God's sakes. What more do you want?
Left a what card?
A fucking calling card. He told you he would been there. They've known your every move since.
No, they don't. No. Well, if they've known every move since, then they would have been on top of it on some things that they don't know about.
Just because they don't release it all right then doesn't mean they don't have it. They release our calls months after we have them.
Because you gave it to them.
But they released them months later, didn't they?
But you gave them to them.
No, George, they're in your phone.
They're not in my phone.
Why don't you believe me? Why do you think I'm just sitting here lying to you for the fun of it?
No one's in my phone because there is an element that would have been discovered and has not been discovered. They would have been able to sit on that. They would have been able to sit on that for a long time. They would have never been able to sit on that for a long time. So that tells me that's full of bullshit. There's a major element which you don't know about, a significant element in which you don't know about, that they would have not been able to sit on for as long as, and still not have revealed it. Still not have revealed it. So that tells me...
Just because they don't have it, Gigi, just because they don't post it right then, please don't think they don't have it. I assure you they have it. I know.
They have it, huh?
I know personally.
Okay, so what do they have on me that they haven't posted?
Well, how the fuck would I know, George? But the videos will come out. The videos of the vehicle will come out. The video of the accident will come out. The video of the traffic cam will come out. The Spanish.
There's no traffic cam. There's no traffic cam of those lights. There's no traffic. No. You see, there's holes in what you're saying to me. There are no traffic cameras in the Henrico County. So right there, you have holes in what you're saying.
George, the interview from the Spanish guy is coming. He's going to talk about his illnesses and how much you ran the red light and how you smelled like alcohol. They're going to do a whole video on him.
That is a made-up fucking thing. Okay? Made up.
I know you think it is, and I wish it was.
No, it is. Because if that was the case, Einstein, he would have already made a claim to my fucking insurance company.
George, I am telling you what is happening. Just because you won't accept it doesn't mean it's not. You saw the drones yourself. You and Sarah Beccacelli. What's her last name? Capelli. You and Sarah Capelli was in there shooting at the fucking drones. You know they're real.
That was, well, I'm not talking about the deal. So they're flying drones around me. I would be able to see those damn things.
George, Will Markland even mailed me a drone once. I still have the box. He bought a drone and mailed it to me.
Okay. What was the purpose of that?
I'm assuming so I could use it.
Yeah.
But I haven't. I have not filmed you without you knowing.
Nobody's following me. I would know it. And the only way if they would have been following me, because they knew the show was on at the last show, the guy was down. So there's no one following me. Though that guy was behind me pretty close at that one time at the library when I was going to the library and we're doing the show at the Richmond Library. So obviously he was nearby.
All
and
right,
then he put that thing on my windshield.
Jeff Hunter's girlfriend. He has a bad rep for being a clubber and stole Kelly from her ex-boyfriend, Zach.
Okay. Sounds like a piece of shit. That's what it sounds like to me.
Do you know these people?
I don't know a Kelly. I know one Kelly, but it's been a long time ago. That's not her.
We need to go over to the van and find the tracking device.
There's no tracking device on the van unless you put it on there. There's no track device on the van. A car wash would knock that shit right off.
Jeff lives in Southern California and works at a place called Malibu Sands.
I thought he was here in Richmond.
Jeffrey Hunter lives in Southern California and worked at a place called Malibu Sands.
Okay. So how does his girlfriend live in here in Richmond then? He used to live in Richmond or what? Look, you know what? Don't even. I've heard about it enough. Look, I've got to.
Why are you upset with me for giving you information? He went to Bayside High School and graduated from California University.
Okay. So what does that motherfucker have to do with me?
He moved here after college.
Okay.
Then he went back to be with Kelly.
And where is Kelly? This is a lot of horse shit. What this is? A lot of fucking horse shit and manure and smoke and mirrors.
Why is it smoke and mirrors when they got physical evidence? How did they know where the van was?
She told them.
But why didn't I just give them my pictures?
You told them, and then they went out there.
No, listen. Kelly lives in California with Jeff. The one who lives here is the ex-girlfriend. The Sydney Udy. George, if I wanted to give them pictures of your van all fucked up, I even took pictures with you in the picture. Why didn't I just give them those?
It's me.
Why didn't I just give them those?
Look, I'm not playing these games. The day is going by. I've got a lot of things I've got to do now.
Sydney is a former cheerleader who comes from a very large family. Maybe that's why you can't find her on Facebook.
I don't give a fuck right now. All right, what I've got to do right now, I got to move the car. Is what I got to do, and I got to get the tow truck to move it.
Why are you gonna spend money you don't have? You could eat.
I've got to move the car because the guy doesn't want it there anymore. I've got to move it somewhere. I'm going to put it in a very secure place. And if they know if there's a tracker on, then I guess they would know where it's at, then would they? If there's a tracker on there, then I guess they would know where it's at. But that's where I challenge them. I challenge them to even know anything.
George, let me tell you something. These people will stop at nothing. Nothing. You've got to stop thinking that I'm your enemy.
Look, I'm not fucking sick. I'm not fucking going to be paranoid. I'm not going to be sick. The reality is of reality. No fictitious shit and hiding behind the bushes and all that. I believe in reality. I believe in what I can see in reality. I don't believe in other horse shit. Well, yeah, he's like hiding behind the bush. Oh, look behind. No, because that's the whole agenda, is to make me be crazy. And I mean, goddamn, make me be crazy. I'm not going to play that. Okay, I'm going to live and walk and grow as I please.
All right, I have a picture of Jack and Kelly.
Who?
I'm sorry, Jeff and Kelly Hunter.
Care less.
I'm sending it to the email now.
So this guy is friends with Smith or Summers or whoever. Smith, Summers, whatever.
Hold on.
So I've got to go now. Really, I've got to go. I've got the day's shot.
You need to see this picture. All right, I just emailed you the picture.
What's the email?
Is there another one?
I've got several.
Gorgeous George Show Rules is the only way I know how to read.
That's good. I'll be damned if I give you any other emails.
Well, George, why don't you you got to stop this.
I don't have to stop nothing because I mean I don't believe in these fucking people following me. Because I would have caught them. Don't you think that they would have come up to me eventually?
All right, so now I'm starting to figure this out. Jeff met Will Marculin when Will came in to eat lunch after filming a movie, and that's how you came about.
I would have caught one of these son of a bitches if they were following me.
George, I followed you and you didn't know I was there.
When was this?
The other day.
What other day?
When I brought you coffee.
No, you came because I told you where I was. You popped out of there because you went there because I told you where I was. And I didn't tell you where I was. I told you around about where I was. So if you followed me, you would have known exactly where I was rather than going to the place I told you I was. See how that logic works? You followed me. If you were following me, you would have gone right up to that place where I was. I told you around about where I was, and if you knew where I was, you would have gone there rather than going to the place I told you where I was. See how that works?
George, you've got to accept this and move, and let's do something about it. Either that, they're going to put another video up. There's going to be another live stream where Marty McFly makes a bunch of money off of your stupidity. And the most fucked up part is, you're going to let it happen.
This shit will stop. This shit will stop. It's going to be done by force. It's going to be done by fucking force. Now, I've got to get this car in Ashland, and I've got to move my car from where it's at right now. So I've got a lot of things I got to do.
All right. Well, I'm gonna need you to send me pictures of it, or tell me where it is so I can come up there and look at it.
Well, if you want to come and look at it, you can come with me.
Well, George, I'm working right this particular minute.
If you want to look at it, you can come with me, but you're not just gonna,